Hello there, it is Pete over at the Sampleist, and today we are checking out Poseidon from Audio Imperia. With blockbuster libraries such as Jaeger, Chorus and Talos, Audio Imperia have proven to make cinematic libraries that pack a mighty punch. Their latest release, Poseidon, is a brass odyssey that not only delivers a range of ensembles, instruments and articulations, it has huge sound design capabilities too. From warm emotion to biting breaths, Poseidon is deep, thrilling and versatile. Poseidon downloads at around 33 gigabytes and it runs in the free version of Contact and is also NKS compatible. Currently it's on sale for $279 with a crossgrade price of $229. So do check out your Audio Imperia account to see if you qualify for a crossgrade. In this video, we're going to check out the sounds of Poseidon. We're going to take it for a spin, and then I've thrown it into the composition challenge. I spent a bit more time on this one. I gave myself 2 hours to create something big and epic, but also to show off the versatility of Poseidon. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Audio Imperia for sending over a copy of Poseidon so we could make this video. While we do get the instruments for free, it is important to understand that that does not influence our thoughts, ideas or judgments. We are just working composers giving you our insights. So without further ado, let's dive in to Poseidon. Here we go, we have Poseidon from Audio Imperia loaded up in the free Native Instruments Contact Player 8. You can see it is NKS compatible. Therefore, I'm going to explain how I will be presenting the video. So if we click on the bank selector or the instrument selector, you can see we've got instruments. Now we have multi-patches which contain all of the articulations. They are key switchable. So for the purpose of the video, it is much better to just work through the articulations that way. Then we've got the sound design. The sound design is a single instrument, which is under snapshots. So you've got sound design all in one. And then we've got single patches. So every single articulation is presented as a single NKI file. So you can save lots of memory. And then other patches are actually light resource patches. So we're going to focus on the brass at the moment and the Azure ensemble. It sounds out of the box just like this. So of course, this is the big symphonic ensemble. And I'm using the mod wheel to show how the power increases the dynamics. And of course, it's a sustain patch, so we can play chords. It's like an onslaught of brass. It just sounds incredible. Then we've got muted sustains. Beautiful. And then staccatissimo. Now, at this point, I'm going to talk about a feature of Audio Imperia libraries that I absolutely love, and it is just clicking this tight button. So I was kind of reserved when I was playing them. Now, you can actually have that instant sample start if you click the tight button. If you don't, you get that gorgeous, almost like sample padding at the start, just the way, obviously, the instrument's been sampled. Now, if you're working on the grid, you can just completely hard quantize and click tight, and everything will sound beautifully in time. If you go to the Advanced tab, you can actually adjust the sample start here. And this is something I spend a long time doing. But if I'm working in Nuendo, which I do, I will set the negative delay on the track to minus 130 milliseconds, but keep that gorgeous sampling sound as well. So it's a really, really cool feature. Now I've got Marcato. And then we've got slight bend sustain. Of course, use the mod wheel. And then we've got flutter tongue sustained. Absolutely love it. Airy texture sustained. It's beautiful. Just those nuances. Absolutely love them. And then HT trill, so half tone trill. Lovely. And then, of course, we just move down. Got a whole tone trill. And air noises. A single key for some airy noise. Absolutely love it. So essentially, we have all of these different articulations going on. We've got different mixes. There's a classic mix and a modern mix. You can adjust really simply close, mid or far. And then of course we've got the advanced tab, so you get far more control over the instrument. I'm playing it purely out of the box. If you do want to save some memory, but you're going to use a couple of key switches, you can just turn off articulations that way. So that is the Azure ensemble. If I click on Meridian ensemble, this one will load up very, very quickly, I might add. And this one is smaller, more for contemporary scoring. So we've got sustained. It's absolutely stunning. Now, I love sort of playing around the sort of 30-40% mark. But again, if I just hold down, let's go G chord. It's absolutely glorious. Beautiful. And then again, we have the same articulations, muted sustains. Again, beautiful staccatissimo. Lovely. Marcato. Now, of course, I'm wiggling the expression, but it actually doesn't do anything at the moment. You can see it's not blue. There we go. Slight bend sustained. I felt a bit Christmassy then. Flutter tongue. And then airy texture sustained. And multiphonics. Beautiful. And let's see what we have further down. We got our trills. And we finish off with some air noises. It sounds absolutely gorgeous out of the box, and it is really full of character. If I go back to the sustains. They are to die for. And then if I go to the Azure ensemble and play something similar, yep, I'm loading it twice. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Now, there is a small elephant in the room, I guess, because there is no legato. When you compose with Poseidon, you don't need to worry about legato. I spent hours working with this library. It's very difficult to explain. I know some people think, oh, must have legato. If you don't have legato, there's no point. Really, yeah, I don't feel that way at all. And hopefully when you hear the composition, and especially the demos that Audio Imperia have created, you won't be missing any kind of legato. Lovely. Now, let's just talk about the other instruments. You can load up, for example, just the horns, because obviously these two are ensembles. So if you want solo horns. So they're not solo horns. I don't know exactly what the ensemble size is, but it's not gigantic. It's not like 12 horns. It's beautiful. And we do have a reverb control, so we can just put some reverb on. Gorgeous. So flutter tongue, for example. One of my favourite articulations. So they've got tenor trombones. Let's go load these up. And again. And sustains. Absolutely beautiful. We have bass trombone as well. It's so brassy. And then, finally, we have trumpets. I love the shorts on the trumpets. And again, if I was click tight. Yeah, they sound awesome. So we have the core articulations, and then there are wave motions as well. So again, I would check out the Audio Imperia videos to just really dig into what these are. But you can see we got normal, we got longest, long, short, shortest, and we got flutter, longest, long, short, shortest. So if I play the longest normal, just going to hold a single note. I'll do the shortest. And same with the flutter. And then we've got muted. And rapid swells. So we've got different articulations, and of course the mod wheel will work. For even more expression, and you can adjust the speed as well. So we have the wave motions, and we've got the same for the Azure ensemble and the Meridian ensemble. So that covers the traditional, shall we say, sampling. Now what we're going to do is check out the sound design. Here we are in the all-in-one sound design instrument, and on the left-hand side you can see there are 102 presets. However, everything is accessible in the GUI. The GUI, by the way, looks absolutely gorgeous, very, very aquatic. There are 3 different layers per preset, or the ability to use 3 layers, and then we've got effects, rhythm, there's a granular synth, and we've got some master controls. So if I click up here, we can see all of the different presets. Now you can filter, however, all I'm going to do for this section is just play some of this incredible sound design. So we've got the ambient intro. It's absolutely gorgeous, and the mod wheel obviously affects the sound as well. So you can filter by adventure, sci-fi, ambient, etc. Have different focus, synth, make it rhythmical, atonal, acoustic, and you know, I might want brass, I might want it to be simple and ambient. Okay, and then we get cloudburst. That is absolutely gorgeous. And of course, this is all made up using the samples from Poseidon with added synths, etc. Gorgeous. Now, if I just get those filters off, you can just click clear all filters, but I won't run the long way. Something exciting, it says expansion Poseidon, and I'm hoping there's more to come in this series. If I just click random, it's going to load up a random preset. So that's what I'm going to do, so you get an idea of different sounds. Let's mark the spot. Sapphire. Beautiful. Let's go for another one. We've got Woozy. Love it. A bit more atonal. Call of the Sirens. One thing I will just point out, I hit randomize for the sample decayed. Obviously, when you're composing, that's never going to happen. So I do apologise for that, and hopefully I won't do it again. Naughty. Absolutely gorgeous. And let's go for one more. Triplet pulse. Lovely. And I'm just going to play Undertow so I can see it there. And I'm a huge Mr. Big fan. And one of their songs is called Undertow. Very unrelated, but also very awesome. Yeah, that is one of the most beautiful things I've heard all day. Marvellous. And it's been a long day. Right, on the right-hand side here, there's a few key switches as well. And I believe if you hold them down while you're playing, they will do an effect. So that's really, really fun to play with as well. Let's just go for one more. Check the rock. Yeah, it sounds really cool. It's, yeah, I'm getting like serious horror scoring vibes, but the bass as well. Brilliant. Everything is very, very cinematic, and I do love obviously having two dimensions. You got the more organic sampling and you got the sound design. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it is a brass odyssey. Now, speaking of an odyssey, I've put myself into the composing challenge, and for this one I gave myself 2 hours. So there are things that I would change, and there's bits where I'm a little bit lazy, where I'm using risers, and I might duplicate them and different percussion sounds. But I wanted to show off Poseidon in a couple of different scenarios. So I've used the organic patches. I've used both ensembles. I've used some of the horns, for example, just on their own, and different articulations, shorts, longs. And then I fused it together with different audio Imperia libraries. And of course, I've used the Poseidon sound design as well. So some classics, Cerberus, and I've used Jaeger. The strings are from Aria and Jaeger, blended those together. And sound designs all from Jaeger. I use the Gravitas piano as a bit of a ping. So just a lot of my favorites. Oh, Legacy. I love Legacy. Scenes from Multiverse. I use their booms on absolutely everything. And Trailer Guitars 2 as well. Terraform, which again is from Legacy. Yeah, so lots going on. But I wanted to just see how Poseidon works with other libraries, and especially with Audio Imperia, because I love that giant cinematic Audio Imperia sound. Now, I'm not entirely sure where I was going with the video. I really enjoyed it. I put a dog in there in the middle just because dogs, you know, amazing. Yeah, so I'm going to stop yapping and on with the music. Here we go. It is closing thoughts section once again, and we're talking about Poseidon from Audio Imperia. I have to say I had an absolute blast working with this library. I love writing for brass. I've got lots of different brass libraries. I try and rotate them because they all have different performers, different rooms, different sampling techniques, and all their own nuances. So if I have all of this brass going on, why do I think Poseidon is going to be one of my most used brass libraries moving forwards? Well, here's the thing. It's all down to versatility. You have two different but very complementary brass ensembles. We've got the Azure ensemble. That is the symphonic brass. It's big, it's bold, it's biting. And then we've got the Meridian ensemble, which is more subdued, more warm. Sounds absolutely gorgeous. So you can go from quiet to loud, loud to quiet really, really easily. But the Meridian ensemble just conveys massive amounts of emotion as well. Absolutely wonderful. The sampling is incredible. Audio Imperia have very high standards. There are other instruments which you can hear in the composition as well. I've used Jaeger, and I also use aria strings. All sound brilliant. Cerberus, fantastic. So when you start putting all of these instruments together, you just get that massive cinematic Audio Imperia sound. And the pièce de résistance, shall we say, is the sound design capability of Poseidon. It is out of this world. It takes these samples to a whole new level. And I can just find so many places where I'm going to be using these new and completely unique sounds. So do I recommend Poseidon? Yes, I really, really do. For a really different and intriguing brass library that has the capability of going from 0 to 100 miles an hour, yeah, is absolutely fantastic. And like I say, that sound design is absolutely to die for. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Audio Imperia for sending over a copy of Poseidon so we can make this video. If you like what you heard, feel free to leave a like on the video and of course drop us a comment. What do you think about Poseidon? Is it the kind of instrument that you're going to pick up? Is there anything surprising in there? Especially what do you think about the sound design? If you've not done so already, please check out our other videos and of course hit that subscribe button. We love making these videos, but of course without the viewers, without your support, there's no point to any of it. There we go, that's very, very bleak, but hey. So please hit that subscribe button. It takes 3 seconds. Yeah, it's happening. I know it is. Until next time, have a great day and keep making that gorgeous music.